D800, huh?
I just got it.
Like it?
I find when I'm
Some
doing,
learning it.
I find when I'm doing like if you played at night and I was using gelled lighting, that it's noisy.
Okay.
But like outside,
Right.
beautiful shots, and they're monstrous. You could like
Just needs a bigger ISO range.
yeah.
You know?
Pretty much, yeah.
Fucking deep, what is that, 3,000 or some shit now?
6,400.
Is that what it is?
And you can go lower than that.
I was thinking 32, I think, was the last one I was looking at. Yeah, those ISO ranges are huge. You can shoot in the dark and it's there.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
It's awesome. Let's start with a little Mayhem. What do you think is the biggest draw being on this festival for Mushroomhead?
You mean as far
Like the
as...
biggest plus, the biggest helps.
Well, I mean, timing is everything. We've been doing this 20 years, and to be able to line up a release and have a festival-style tour, you know, within 6 weeks after that release, to continue to push forward with the same momentum you did in the first month of it, you can continue, you can ride that wave for a year. We've been doing this for 20 years, 7 albums worth, and man, timing is everything. It's rare that you get to do this kind of opportunity. So for us, it's definitely been the main focus of Mayhem, obviously, other than get out here and kick ass and make, you know, the Mayhem people proud and, you know, do your job, is to push our brand new album.
Cool. How have the kids been responding to your act? Like, some of them must think that you're a new band, right? Like they don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of fun because you see a lot of people right up front. You see them wearing, you know, makeup or masks that are, you know what's going on. They've been following for the last 10 years or so, and then you get a lot of brand new, man, looky-loos. You know, and by the end of it, you know, we've got them, you know, like singing along or, you know, crowd participation, whether it's moshing or, you know, just throwing your arms up, man, and making noise. I think we've definitely turned some heads. You know, it's, again, Mushroomhead is one of those bands. It's not what you think it is. You got to check it out for yourself.
I think there were some people in the crowd today that thought that Empty Spaces might have been your song.
You know, I've had a lot of people ask even. We did that on a Universal Double X a few years back, and it's great to be able to play like a classic tune. That album entirely is a major reason Mushroomhead exists. I mean, just that whole creativity, the movie. I mean, I'm old school, so I used to go to the midnight movies and watch that thing, you know, on whatever I could get my hands on at that point in that age. But yeah, you know, that's just paying homage and tribute to one of the best bands Pink Floyd.
How familiar are you with a lot of the bands that are on the Mayhem lineup this year?
You know, quite a few of them. There's some old school guys out here with us, man, as far as, you know, the Cannibal Corpse and the Body Count, Avenged Sevenfold and Korn. Actually, you know, to know some of these people as well, you know, working with them through the years, crossing paths, doing festivals, doing shows. It's been great, but there's been some other bands that are definitely turning heads. And I'm going to go with really pleasantly surprised with Texas Hippie Coalition, the band you should definitely check out. And another band, they fucking badass, Upon a Burning Body, man. Do not miss those fuckers.
Nice. After you perform, do you like to meet with some of your fans? Do you go to your merch table and sign autographs?
Well, that's the beauty of Mushroomhead. There's, you know, 9 of us, so we can delegate the authority. And I always love doing it. I rarely get to because I'm either doing press or I've got some other pressing issue I have to deal with as far as, you know, because we kind of co-manage ourselves along with our management company. So, you know, the day-to-day is pretty busy for some of us, but the fortunate thing is we can swap it out anytime it gets old for someone or they're just not into it, you know. Over the course of a 10-week tour, we definitely, you know, switch it up. There's always 3 or 4 people at the merch booth ready to sign stuff and hang out. Waiting for someone to buy them a drink.
You're one of the original members of Mushroomhead.
Yeah. There's 3 of us still. 3 still available. Pick one. No, Jeffrey Nothing and I started it in '92, and our guitar player John Sakula, who passed away in 2010, he and Schmatz ended up playing keyboard. Schmatz originally was going to play bass, and then ended up playing keyboard. Long story short, so it's myself, Jeffrey Nothing, and Schmatz that are still we're still available.
What was it that brought Jason back into the fold for this album?
You know, here's the thing with Jay. The whole time he was gone, we were still tight. He would still do like Halloween shows or like Christmas shows or old school shows with Mushroomhead, kind of locally in Cleveland, and you know, just the more fun stuff. Just because he was gone didn't mean we weren't talking. He and I had a hip-hop project going on called 10,000 Cadillacs at the time that Megaforce hit me up to do the new album, The Righteous and the Butterfly. So he came by to get some mixes of the hip-hop stuff, because we have our own studio, and he asked how the new Mushroomhead writing was going. I was like, oh, you gotta check this out. 4 or 5 hours later, half to 12-pack later, he's on 3 songs, and it wasn't planned. It wasn't like, hey, we should get back together and write the album of our lifetime. It very much like the first album, it just happened.
Nice. That's cool to hear.
Yeah, it was very honest.
Did the writing of the Righteous differ at all from when you collaborated with him in the past?
No, it was actually probably a little more convenient because we had our own studio. I mean, there's a blessing and a curse because you got your own place, but you know, thank God for deadlines, because we'd still be working on the record, you know.
You can always tweak.
Yeah, always. But you know, that was the biggest hindrance, was having more possibilities than ever. But the album damn near wrote itself, man. We knew when it was enough or when it wasn't enough. And I think, like I said, that album came out. It's an honest effort, I think, by all the entire cast.
So you're bringing Jason back in. You have a new guitarist and a new bassist also on this album. So fresh blood, fresh energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can hear it just in the tracks. You can feel it. Like I said, it's very honest, and you know, it was, again, throw the kitchen sink at it, man. Just, it'll tell us if it's not good, or when it's good, it's yes, more of that, do more of that. It was a very positive vibe all the way through. There wasn't a bunch of, oh, that part sucks, or you didn't even have to talk about it. You just focused on all the kick-ass stuff. That was it. And it was flawless. And the addition of Church on guitar and Dr. F on bass guitar, huge bonus just in the songwriting with both of those guys, just because of their ability. But like Church, he's a monster Pro Tools guy, so I had someone to share the reins in the studio as far as doing drum editing and vocal tuning and just shifting of time. Any engineer, you know, when you get to work with another engineer that has their shit together, God bless, right? So yeah, Tommy Church.
Today's probably not a good way to judge it because your set list was so short, but with 8 albums worth of material, where do you find the majority of your set list come from when you tour as a headliner? You know,
it was, it's been difficult. For probably the first 10 or probably the first 10 Mayhem shows, we were constantly changing it. You know, I mean, if you took 7 albums and 2 songs off of every album, you still couldn't fit it in the amount of time. You know, there's 14 tunes all of a sudden. So we just went with what was very, like I said, you know, in your face, crowd participation, energy. There's a few people definitely want to hear, as far as, you know, more of the classic songs after 22 years, but to surround those kind of songs that are, you know, more mid-tempo with higher energy things and try to crescendo it out. I mean, it's very much, you know, entertainment, man. We want to bring you up, knock you down, bring you up, knock you down, and then knock you out at the end, you know? So that's what we tried to do.
There was a lot of online speculation over the past year about Slipknot Mushroomhead co-tour.
Yeah, I keep hearing.
Is there any validity to that?
Not that I know of.
Just
no.
speculative?
But you know, hey, you guys know, man. Give me a call. You guys know everyone we work with. Just call them up. We're cool.
When was the last time you guys played Canada? I heard you say it had been a while you were performing. Do you remember?
Maybe 08?
Okay.
08, about 6 years, 7 years, somewhere in there. We played the Opera House.
Yeah.
And then Will and I walked all the way downtown to Silver Snail.
Yeah.
And I blew a couple $1,000.
It's in a different location now.
Did they move?
Yeah, so if you're going to walk down there again, you're going to want to turn up Young Street.
Oh, okay. Not that far then?
It's a little closer. It's still a long jaunt. Like if you walk
no, that was a long walk.
Yeah.
Well, I took a cab back.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I had to because I had so much shit I bought. It wouldn't fit in the bus.
You a big comic book guy?
Oh yeah, comics, movies, horror stuff especially. Yeah, I mean that's part of the whole, you know, genre of, you know, the mask style thing. You know, the early. I mean, it was early '90s when I started. A lot of like I have a Frank Miller Dark Knight, the full one. I have that signed. I have I used to go to all the comic conventions too. Do you remember the series Batman the Cult? There was 4 of them.
Bernie writes it.
All of those are signed.
Nice.
Yeah, not by Bernie though. It's the writer.
Starlin.
Yeah.
Jeez, that sounds like a total nerd now.
Fucking yeah, no, absolutely. Faust.
Yeah.
Remember, you know that Tim Vigil and Dave. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's not Dave. I don't know. I met those guys. I got a bunch of shit signed from them.
Not a lot of people know that because that didn't last much more than like 6 issues.
Oh, dude, our singer Jeffrey Nothing's got Claire on his arm tattooed right there. I'm not kidding, with the razor blade. Yeah. Yeah, we're dull nerds with that kind of stuff, man. And God, I mean, I could just go on comics all day long.
Yeah, you know what? So can I. And it's probably not what your fans want to hear. So.
Hi, Doug.
I'm good.